This is breaking news.
We begin at 9 o'clock with breaking news. A mass shooting at the Cascade Mall in Burlington. The State Patrol is reporting 4 people have been killed.
Troopers say the gunman is still on the loose, last seen going toward I-5. This all happening at the Cascade Mall in Burlington. Now, it's located right along the interstate. The mall has a movie theater, and it is a popular place on a Friday night.
This right here is some of the first video shot at that scene. Police locked down many stores in the mall and streets in that area, telling people to shelter in place. And here's a map of the mall from the mall's website. We're still waiting on confirmation about where inside that mall the shooting happened. Let's get you right out to that scene.
Nadia Crow is live in Burlington with the very latest. So Nadia, what are you learning there?
Well, details are still coming in, and we want to get right to Washington State Patrol Sergeant Mark Francis. We're learning more about the 4 people who are now confirmed dead. What can you tell us?
So there are 4, and they are located inside the Macy's here in the mall.
So the Macy's mall, the Macy's part of the mall that is right behind us. Can you back us up to what we know about the shooter or shooters who came in?
So this all happened just before 7 o'clock tonight. Last description on the shooter was that he was leaving from the mall, heading west towards I-5. He was described as a Hispanic male wearing gray. Was the description given to us. As far as weapon used or motive, that's what we're still trying to figure out right now.
Inside the mall, there were hundreds of people that were hiding. What's the situation with people in the mall? Where are they now?
So originally our hope was to get EMS in there. Now we've got to clear the entire building right now before we can send EMS in. So that's where we're at now, trying to clear this entire mall.
4 people confirmed dead. What do we know about injuries?
Don't have any updates on injuries yet.
And where are those people going right now?
The
survivors.
Yeah, survivors are going just across the road here at His Place Church. Encourage any family members, friends, loved ones to meet them there at His Place.
This is a very chaotic scene. It's people are now being moved away. We saw people coming out, people just looking and watching. What are your words tonight for people who live in the area or who may have known someone who was inside?
Those in the area, we're still looking for the shooter. So we don't need you here milling about. Stay in your house. Stay secure. If you see something suspicious, say something. For those who are inside the mall, we want to talk to you. We want to get everything. Obviously, we have to go through a lot of people, but definitely we need to investigate this as thoroughly as we can, and we will be reaching out to talk to you if we haven't already.
This is something that we're seeing happening, unfortunately, nationally, but you guys have been preparing for these active shooter situations.
Right. Yeah, this last calendar year, the Snohomish County Sheriff's Office has been putting on active shooter training that I know us as Washington State Patrol have been taking part in.
There are some people who say they are eyewitnesses. What happens to those people who were inside, who believe they saw everything that happened?
Again, the team of detectives comprised of the SMART team. It's an interjurisdiction here in Skagit County. They'll be going through and they'll be interviewing. They'll be getting all the information they can out of the witnesses.
We know that there were mall sweeps that happened, especially when there were people inside hiding, sheltering in place. What's the process from here on out?
So secure the building, investigate, and at the same time trying to track down the shooter or shooters.
There's still a lot of activity around here, a lot of police agencies. How are we going to track down that shooter who seemed to have fled on foot?
Hopefully we're getting phone calls, we're getting good tips, and we've got our officers going back and forth, tracking down all these leads.
We hear choppers above us. Who's all out looking for this suspect?
I've seen federal, I've seen state, I've seen tribal, I've seen county and city, so absolutely everyone you can think of.
For people watching at home that fear this could happen to them, this could be in their neighborhood, this is a small town mall, what's your message to them?
We live in pretty precarious times. Just stay aware, stay cognizant of your surroundings, and be a fighter. If something like this happens to you, play the win game. Unfortunately, we live in a society where you got to think about this thing possibly happening to you, and my message is to be a fighter.
Sergeant Mark Francis with Washington State Patrol, thank you so much for talking with us. We are right outside Cascade Mall, where we did just confirm there are 4 people who are confirmed dead inside. At least there is one person, one suspect that police are looking for right now. Multiple agencies here are on scene. Now, there were hundreds of people inside the mall when this all happened. Those people were told to shelter in place. They were told to hide, to find some place of security or safety with all of this going on. We're told all of those people are now outside of the mall. They've been loaded up on buses, taken to a nearby church. That's where they're saying if you're a family or a friend, you're interested in finding someone who has been involved, who is inside the Cascade Mall, that's where you can find them. Those details are on our website at q13fox.com. Now, we also spoke with a woman whose daughter was inside. She was just frantic to try to find her daughter. Luckily, she just received word just before this newscast that she did hear from her daughter, that she is out safely tonight. But again, there are at least 4 families that have lost their loved ones here at Cascade Mall. And as more information comes in, and there are details that are coming in by the moment, we will bring them to you throughout this newscast. Reporting live from Burlington, Nadia Crow, Q13 News.